again, back to the idea of not having regrets. We've come really close with record labels, and we've had some funny things happen. We've done showcases, and one of my two come to mind. We did one for Virgin, and Nancy Jeffries at the time really liked the band. She goes, if we didn't just blow all that money on Keith Richards' solo project, we would have signed you. I was like, thanks, Keith.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Did you have to say that? Did you have to say that?
Yeah. And the best one though was, I forget what label it was. It was, we liked you guys, but, it just sounds a little dated. So we signed the Georgia Satellites. The cutting edge sound of the Georgia Satellites. Keep your hands to yourself.
Oh my God.
Yes, it's a 1-4-5. There's a new progression that nobody's ever seen before or heard before.
Now that's funny you say that, because have you ever seen that video with the where they make fun of the fact that every pop song ever are the same 4 chords?
1, 5, 6, 4. Yeah.
Yeah. How have you ever felt upset about a song being like so popular because of that at all? Or have you ever, obviously I have some hostility towards some music, and I'm not trying to make you also feel that way, but
music, I hate it.
Like, oh
no, you know what? I actually have the opposite reaction.
Okay.
I always marvel at the ingenuity of people that can take that same progression and make it sound different. That's me like, oh, that's a cool take on that whole 1, 5, 6, 4 progression. That's like, oh, cool. I know, that's why I look at it.
That's great. I look for people to help me with these issues.
Well, it's funny. I remember somebody said to Yngwie Malmsteen once, he goes, hey, does it bother you like all your songs kind of sound the same? And he said, nobody ever says to a blues guy, all those 1, 4, 5s, they all kind of sound the same. Nobody ever says that to a guy playing the blues.
I was thinking the same thing about the blues. Nobody says that about the blues. They're fine with it. Dun, 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 dun. We're all cool with it.
I've got nothing against the blues. I
at
produced
all.
a lot of blues projects. I mean, that could never be my thing, because I would feel really disingenuous playing the blues, because I like, damn, I'm too happy. So yeah, I don't think there are people that can do it with authenticity. I mean, even the greats like Gary Moore. I always thought Gary Moore, one of my favorite guitar players, but I liked his rock playing. I was never a big fan of his blues playing. It's like, Still Got the Blues, one of probably his biggest hit that the mainstream knows. And to me, it was always like third person blues. To me, it's like somebody reporting the blues. It wasn't like I got the blues. It was like, well, at 8:45 p.m. somebody was suffering from the blues. It's like, it's that kind of thing where third person blues kind of a thing.
Brilliantly put.
I always get that, and that's kind of the analogy to me. A hallmark of a bad a singer. They need to be presenting the song.
Mm-hmm.
And if I hear somebody that has all the emotional content of a network newscaster singing about love, it's just like,
yes,
yeah, you have to, that has to be infused. Everything even when you're in the studio, I find myself, like if it's a happy thing when I'm playing, I'm trying to squeeze some smile into it. Or same thing if you're selling furniture or cars. When I was doing a voiceover, I would be trying to smile like, hey, just trying to, whatever you can do to emotionally charge something, mm-hmm. so that it's not this sterile thing. And that's again, being in the studio all the time, learning. I mean, that's one of the great talents. If you can learn how to do that in the studio, when you don't have the immediate crowd support and the reaction there, you can't feed off the energy of the crowd. Being able to kind of harness that kind of energy and infuse that in whatever you're doing. I mean, that's an art unto itself, and being able to do that, being able to get into that mindset.
It's very similar to acting.
I imagine.
I've taken a lot of acting classes. I haven't gotten very much better at all, but one of the things that you learn in acting, obviously, is to try and get in that space, that moment.
Yep.
Because, you know, especially with film acting, it's like a sound rolling, camera rolling, and action. And I'm having the worst day of my life. And cut didn't work because of this. Okay, ready and sound. Everybody back to one. Everything, and you have to get back there again and again and again.
Yeah.
And there's so much passion in music. Acting classes seem like something that musicians probably should look into to try and work that muscle. You know, that's fascinating.
I mean, it's hard letting go and trusting that your abilities will carry you through to whatever you're trying to achieve. You know, just trusting, you know, whether it's playing a part or, you know, if you're improvising too, especially it's, you know, it's like the same thing with theater. If you're doing like improv kind of a thing, being able to trust that you'll stick the landing, you know, just being able to, you know, have enough faith in your own ability to just, you know, if you fall, you fall. Get back up, do it again. And of course, I have that luxury in the studio. If you're doing a live improv performance, not so much. Although sometimes that's funny too.
Sometimes screwing up is fun.
But yeah, being able to tap into that emotional reserve that we all carry. I mean, that's, again, and not being afraid. There's just a fearless quality that you almost have to have as an artist to be able to do that. And again, it's easy in the studio because you fall down, you get back up. Whereas, you know, again, in a live situation, that's probably why I rehearse so much. When I'm in a live, I don't want to think about what I'm playing. I want to think about performing. I want to think about if it's a choice between making a jump, a leap, a kick or something, or hitting exactly the right note if it's in the middle of a phrase, that will be the last thing on my mind. It's about what the audience sees and feels and hears and whatever, you know, whatever will resonate with them is what, you know, that's at the top of my chart as far as goals.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.